Hello and welcome to a personal AI development session with me, Matthew Havertz. Oh, by the way, I think I've showed these glasses before. These are AI glasses. I have a camera here. If I take a picture, I can actually take a picture right now. You can see that the light went off and the camera is on this side. Um, but I need to charge these. So I have this nice case from Meta. I'm super excited for when Google's glasses come out because I want to try them. And apparently they should be coming out next year. Um, I I typically use an iPhone. I'm on a Mac right now for streaming this live. Here, these are not smart glasses, but they look pretty similar to my other ones, don't they? I specifically picked these out to match so that when these needed to charge in their charging case, that I could put on glasses that looked similar. But anyway, Google. I use an iPhone typically for just day-to-day stuff, and I am on a Mac right now, and so I've been an Apple person for a long time, but I have been disappointed at how Apple has been falling behind the game with AI, and recently there have been AI researchers or people working in the AI space at Apple that have left to other companies, and so I'm really tempted next year, and we'll see what ends up happening, but switching to a Google Pixel phone and then the new Google Smart Glasses, because the AI features should be better. But anyway, that's just we'll see. I will keep you updated if I do, because I'm sure that I'll end up sharing some things in this personal development session about that. Okay, let's move on to kind of a recap of last time, really briefly, as well as kind of next steps and things that I'm working on now. So I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. And last time we were looking on Opal with Google, and we looked at a scripture listener app. We had a version 1 and a version 2, and kind of disappointed on how it worked. But I've also tried other things in previous AI sessions, and it hit me that there is a much simpler solution. So let me show you that, and we'll come back to this. So first, let me tell you what the biggest issue with some of these things were. I'm not a developer. I'm not a coder. I have very little coding experience, and so doing this vibe coding type thing is nice, and I often end up finding something that works. Actually, let me show you something from this weekend that I ended up making, if I can find it really quickly. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. So here's something that I had AI vibe code for me, and it was I filled in my church in being the music leader, a chorister, a music conductor for the primary children. So for the young kids, from like ages, I don't know, like 3 to, how old do they, like 11? That's like the age range. They're during our Sunday school hour, they all get together, and a big portion of that is singing church songs together. If you're curious about any of these church songs, you can go to hymns.churchofjesuschrist.org, and here's the children's songbook here that you click on and look at some of those songs, or the new hymns have some great songs for children to sing too, like This Little Light of Mine, which isn't a new hymn in Christendom, but it is a new hymn in our hymn book for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But anyway, so I vibe coded this little wheel, and I had it weight different songs stronger based on what they needed to practice, and they can spin it, and then see what song it lands on. Okay, we'll practice Gethsemane, and it opens up that hymn right there, right? This was super simple prompting. It worked really well. I can just show this, right? I don't even have to deploy this in another app. But if I wanted to, this is something that is pretty easy to deploy. It's not too hard. And so this kind of vibe coding is great. This works like perfect. But the kind of vibe coding I was trying to do with Opal, and before that I was just using ChatGPT to write a bunch of code for me, is that there was no backend. I needed it to remember me. I needed it to remember the things that I had chosen or clicked on in the past. I needed to track my progress. And so vibe coding, I have found, is not super great for that, unless you have some kind of backend, right? Whether it's like Google Cloud services or something, some kind of server or database that you're actually building out first, and then you can vibe code things. And I don't even know where to start on how to do that. So that's where I was going to pick up today, is being like, okay, let me vibe code a backend. Let me ask ChatGPT how to get Google Cloud stuff set up, and I'll set that up first, and then we can vibe code the front end. But I realized there was a simpler solution. There's something that is more like this and less like some kind of backend that I need. And so let me show you what that is. We'll close out of this. And oh, by the way, in case you're curious about my prompts here, here's basically what it was. I said, think hard. Think hard. I'd love for you to create a beautiful app with a wheel or spinner that randomly selects one of these hymns or songs. And by the way, I listed all the hymns above. I actually attached something from the previous music leader that I was filling in for. And then I said, but the hymns should be weighted more than the other ones, right? And then it just gave me the code, and I just kind of kept it as is, but I could go back and forth and say, hey, I want to make this prettier. There's some of the words are covered up with the black spot in the middle. Give this more space, right? Like maybe change the colors, right? Like I could go back and forth, but I just wanted to do something simple real quick that would work. So I'll pause there for a minute, and you can read my prompt if you're curious in that. Okay, so now let's go to the simpler solution. I created a GPT, and we'll see if I can find it here. Can I just go to my GPTs? Here we go. And I actually created this a while ago. And it seems like for some reason I lost it. Oh, here it is. This one's it, and it was right. Okay, so I've created this GPT. I use an AI calendar task management tool called Motion. I've actually really liked it, and I could tell you why. That's probably a conversation for another day, but you can kind of see what it looks like here. You can click on a calendar, and it automatically schedules your tasks for you. So like for today, I'm going to mark off a few tasks here that I've either done or I don't need to worry about anymore. And then it's telling me, okay, I'm late on several of these other tasks. This one I completed as well. I did that yesterday and I forgot to mark it off. So I can mark that one off, and it's telling me, okay, great, you're caught up except for a couple of other tasks here. So this is how that works. And I have had the scripture listening stuff that I want to listen to in a spreadsheet that I have connected to Zapier that automatically adds it to Motion. And so I thought, well, the simplest solution would be to use this GPT that I've created and say, I want you to schedule general conference and come follow me, with each lesson and scripture being separated on a different table. So general conference, this is going to be a little bit confusing unless you're a member of the church to understand, but general conference starts in October. So once the general conference talks are available on this website, right now it has the last general conference was April, but it will have October 2025 here once it's ready. And once all the talks are published, I can say, take October's list of the Come Follow Me scripture study lessons and for the rest of the year, starting in October or whatever date it is that I started on, and take these general conference tasks and put them into the same table. And I have it create this table. I copy and paste that into my table, and it adds it to my motion calendar. Now, this does take a few more steps, but it's actually easier than I thought. And I think it's going to be a lot easier and simpler for me than creating some kind of back end thing and then vibe coding a front end and all of that. I think I just need to have this it organizes these tasks into a structured table with the right columns that I need, and then Zapier pulls that into motion. I already have that set up, and so I just need to, the one thing that's different is I just need to add both of these as sources for the GPT to sort through and put into the right dates. So anyway, I'm going to try this after this next general conference, which happens in about a month. It should be the first weekend in October. Let's see if there's like more information about general conference here, but it's usually the first Saturday and Sunday in October is general conference. And so once that comes out, I'm going to try just this simple solution, and we'll move on from there. So now the question is, what should I move on to next from the personal development session? And that's what I'm going to be focusing on for the rest of the time today. So we're going to go through, and I have this Google sheet that I've created, and I've highlighted some things in here that I want to work on. So listening to general conference and scriptures was one of them. I had Ask ChatGPT. Another one was adjust existing prompts, write a few new prompts. This would be an interesting one to work on. So we could work on some family history prompting. That might be a personal development thing that we work on. This one isn't really AI, but it's something that I want to come back to and work on. But since it's not AI, I think we'll skip that. And then, let's see. Okay, here's another one that I've actually tried, and it's worked, but then I end up with issues in the in the back end trying to get this to work. So I'm going to skip that one for now, but that's a whole nother topic. Okay, so I think we've narrowed it down to, we're going to do family history related prompts that I can use, or there are some other things I thought that I would try. So I have this idea, and I think I'm actually gonna, I'm trying to think about this. Do I want to prioritize in these personal development sessions saving money or saving time? Because the family history tasks will save me time, but this other thing that I'm thinking of that I haven't said will save me money. And it potentially actually saves me time as well. I think it's kind of equal. So we're going to go with the thing I think that saves me money. So let me explain this. So we'll come back to this family history, automating, writing prompts that will save me time with family history. We'll come back to that in a future personal development session. I think for the next few weeks, we're going to be working on saving me money. So let me explain this. There is on Facebook a group that I'm part of called the Buy Nothing group, and I don't want to show anybody, so let me see if I can just click the about. Okay, about this group, learn more. So then you're not necessarily seeing anybody. So this group, and there's a bunch of them all over the place, is a group where you can give things away to people, or you can find things that other people are giving away for free. Now, I don't want just anything. I want things that are on my list of things that I am saving up to buy anyway. And so I want either a chat GPT. It's probably honestly going to be the chat GPT agent mode, right? So I want to use chat GPT agent mode and schedule a task probably every week to go through this Facebook group and look to see if anything on my existing list is already in this Facebook group, or maybe if I can buy it used on KSL Classifieds. Is there, you can see there's a bunch of stuff that you can buy here. Oh, home and garden stuff. Look at all of this. Food storage. This is interesting. Look at all of this interesting stuff that you can buy. But anyway, usually private sourdough classes. I didn't even know you could buy classes on KSL Classified. This is interesting. So either get something for free from this group, or look to see if it's on KSL Classified and buy it used, or maybe go to Amazon or eBay to see if I can buy it used there. And Amazon, sometimes we forget that it has this, but if I just looked up, I don't know, I'm going to look up like snow blowers, because that is actually something on my list that I'd want to buy. It typically shows new items, but you can actually filter this by used, I think, somewhere. All today, get tomorrow, see more, battery, gas, brands, clearance, Amazon. Oh, I thought there was a way to, let me just ask AI real quick. Can I filter to see used items on Amazon? Okay, this isn't working super well, so I'll just open up the assistant and ask, can I filter? Well, I'm just going to ask it to do it. Will you filter this to only show me used items on Amazon? Okay, and then we'll let it do it for me. We'll see how well this does it. It should take over my browser, and I'll watch what it does so that I know how to filter it in the future. For some reason, it scrolled to the bottom of the page. Hopefully, by the way, by going through this, I've given you some ideas of things that you could do with AI. And in case you're curious, because I think I've covered this in the past, but this feature right here is that it's controlling my browser and doing this for me. This, you have to get on a wait list with Perplexity, or if I was to go onto ChatGPT and use agent mode here, you have to pay at least, I think it's like around $20 a month or something, but you have to pay their basic plan subscription to be able to get this. And agent mode also controls web browser, so it could actually go into the buy nothing group and pay for this for me. Um, but there are other options as well, but if you specifically want something that will control your browser, or go and look on a Facebook group, or go and like do something in your behalf, the best options out there you're probably gonna have to pay for right now. But any anyway, okay, the filter has been applied and you are now only seeing used snowblowers. Okay, is that true? Where does it say that if this is used or not? Oh, new and used. Here it is. Okay, so then I can click save with used. Very good. Okay, so buy new. Okay, there we go. So maybe you have to click into it and then you have to select saved with you. So it must have put some kind of filter on here. I thought there was an easier way to do this, but anyway, that's basically what I want. I mean, I don't know if I want this snowblower, but that's basically what I want it to do, right? Is I want it to go through things that are on my existing list, and I want ChatGPT agent mode to do this every week and say, okay, first see if anyone's giving anything away for free. I don't think anyone would be giving a snowblower away for free. I don't know, but I don't think so, because it's probably more of a pricey item. But there could be something on my list that people are giving away for free. And if not, then go to KSL and see, right? Like I could go back to KSL classified and see, okay, is there a snowblower? And then when I've done this, right? Okay, here's some snowblowers. Look at this. Maybe that's what I want to buy. Even if I don't end up buying it that week, if it does it every week and outputs a bullet point list of here's everything I was able to find it on your list, and here are the best prices, and a little bit of information on there, I start getting a sense of what the prices are. And if one week I see a really good deal, I'm like, man, that's a steal. I need to get that. I've never seen such a good deal before. And so I think this could be a really useful automation to do. So the next thing I need to do is go to iCloud.com, because I already have a list, and I'm gonna need to sign in here. Continue. Sure, sign in. Oh, wait. Before we do that, let's have keep me signed in. Continue. Sign in with passkey. Let's see. Use saved password for Apple. I'm confused on what it's saying here. Use phone or tablet. We'll just say use phone or tablet. I think it's okay. Okay, continue with Face ID. Okay, so I need to go to my reminders, and I have a list here already that is stuff that we want. And the tricky thing here is that I need to clean up this list, and I have it in a specific order right now, and I don't know. Oh, it's kind of messing up because it's supposed to be in sections. Let me see if I open this up on my actual reminders, if it looks different, and if anything would be. Yeah, see, it has it in sections here, which I'm not seeing on the web app. But as long as the right things are on here, or maybe I could have a new section at the top. So anyway, I need to reorganize this list. This is, by the way, things for me and things for my whole family, we just have a list of things that when we want something, and I don't know how updated this is either, but if we want something, we add it to our list, and then if we get extra Christmas money or if we have extra money one month, we look at our list and we say, okay, what are the top things on our list that we want? But I think that I need to clean up this list and maybe make a new section that specifically says for ChatGPT or something like that. So I'm actually gonna open up my reminders again, and I'll just start by doing that. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna add. We're gonna say file, new group. No, not group. New group. That's not what I wanted. Delete. Okay. Oh, and this needs to go in here. Okay, so we're gonna do file, new list. Is that no? File, new new section. That's what it was. Okay, and we're gonna call this section for ChatGPT, and then we'll put this at the top, and then I'm gonna put in here. I'm actually gonna put a new section too, and I'm gonna say ChatGPT focus on the items in this list because we want the GPT to be really easy to use. And I don't know, I'll put I'll put microwave, and then I need to find the dimensions that fit this microwave. Okay, so this is going to be fun. This is interesting. But let me just go back to my wants list over here, and I don't know how to like sync this. It might take a minute. And let's see if it put a new section. Yep, it did. So ChatGPT new microwave. And maybe what we'll actually do is put a robot emoji on here just to make it extra clear that this is the section I want my GPT to look at. So then when I go into ChatGPT and I write these instructions for agent mode, I'll say, you're going to go into iCloud, right? You're going to go to this link. You're going to go into this list, and then you're going to look for the ones with the robot icon, the robot emoji, it's an emoji, and that say, right, ChatGPT focus on items on this list, right? And I'll put that all in the instructions, and I'll say, this is where you're going to go. Then you're going to go into the Buy Nothing Facebook group. You're going to look for items that are specifically on this list, and then you're going to go into here, right? So that's going to be kind of our flow, and that's where I think we'll pick up next time. And I'm excited. I think this will be really good. Hopefully next time, maybe I will have populated this list with all the specifications already that I want ChatGPT to look for. Because it's not just any microwave I'm looking for. There's specific criteria for the microwave that I'm looking for. So that will be my goal before next time. We'll see if I get to it or not. And if not, we'll start there, where I'll have a list populated, and then we'll have our scheduled GPT every week go into that particular list, and then go into these different groups and say, can you find any of these, and what are the price, and give me a table, and just have it do that every week. So I think that's it. Let me come back to me, just me, so you can see me. Hopefully that was useful. I hope something that I showed helped somebody, right? Whether it's just maybe trying something new in ChatGPT that they haven't tried before, or any AI system, whether it's like, oh, that's an idea of something that I could have done, or even just talking about my glasses or the thing that I did for my primary calling. Hopefully there was something in here that helped you in some way or gave you an idea, and we'll pick up on this next week. I will also say I was surprised, because the last video, the last live stream that I did like this, on YouTube, I had lots more views than I was expecting. I honestly only expect at the most like maybe a couple of views every week, but I got a lot more views on that video than I was expecting. I mostly, I think I've said this before, but I mostly do this to hold myself accountable to learning new things with AI and trying things that I haven't tried before. That's why I mostly do these AI sessions. So I was surprised to get more views than I typically do. But I've always thought to myself before I started this, if there is anybody on here that wants me to explore their use case, not mine, leave a comment and let me know. Or if you know me personally and you know how to contact me, send me a message, right? Whatever way you know to message me. If you have my phone number, if you have my email address, email me. Those are probably the best ways to get a hold of me. But then when I come into these AI sessions, I can be like, hey, Joe, or I can even keep you anonymous, or Jane or Jill or somebody. They really wanted me to explore using AI for X, Y, and Z. So I'm putting my stuff on hold. I'm exploring what they wanted me to, right? So leave a comment on this video, or send me a message, and I'll prioritize what you want me to first, and then I'll come back to my own things. In absence of that, I'll just keep working on my own things. But the point of this is mostly to hold myself accountable to just learn new things with AI and try something new. So as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy. And if it's your use case, I'm even happier because I get to help you too. And then finally, and I say this every time, it's kind of becoming my tagline, but in the spirit of being surprised that I had more views than I expected, please don't subscribe unless you really find this content valuable. I would rather have 2 subscribers who really want to explore AI things with me and really want to watch these videos, and really are leaving comments with ideas of things that they want to explore, than have 1,000 subscribers that don't really care. This isn't about getting a lot of subscribers. I'm not monetizing this. I'm not trying to make money. I'm just trying to learn AI better. And so I would rather you not subscribe unless you really want to be here. So please don't subscribe. I know that's the opposite of what people say on YouTube, but I want you to subscribe if you really want to, and only if you really want to. Okay, thanks. We'll see.